19th January 1990 remains a darkest day in the history of India, in the history of Kashmir Valley, in the history of Kashmiri Pandits. For thousands of years, Kashmiri Pandits were the original Hindu inhabitants of the Kashmir Valley. They lived side by side with Kashmiri Muslims in a culture called Kashmiriyat, which was based on mutual respect and shared traditions. However, by the late 1980s, an armed insurgency militancy supported by Pakistani forces began to target this peace. Thousands of people took to the streets across the valley. Loudspeakers were used to play recorded slogans and speeches. The most terrifying message given to the Pandits was Raliv, Galiv, Ya Chaliv. Convert, die or leave. These were the three options that were given to the Pandits. The goal was to create enough fear that the minority community would leave their homes immediately to ensure their safety. The exodus did not happen by accident. It was triggered by the planned murder of community leaders and respected professionals. Tikalal Taplu, a beloved leader and liar, his broad daylight murder in 1989 sent shockwaves through the community. Justice Neelakant Ganju, a High Court judge, shot dead in a Srinagar market. Lassa Kaul, director of Doordarshan Srinagar, killed outside his home. Sarvanand Kaul Premi, a famous poet and scholar, he and his young son were kidnapped and brutally killed despite Premi being a man who respected all religions. Girija Tikku, a lab assistant who was kidnapped and subjected to unspeakable brutality before being killed. 250,000 to 4 lakhs Kashmiri Pandits fled the valley, were displaced. Families affected. 70,000 families left their ancestral homes. The population dropped. Pandits went from 5% of the population to less than 0.1%. Most spent decades in one room, tents in Jammu, facing heat, snakes, snake bites and poverty. They are officially called migrants by the government, though many call themselves refugees in their own country. The emotional legacy to the common man. The stories about the loss of home. Imagine leaving a large ancestral house with 20 rooms, a garden and lifetime memories only to end up in a 10 into 10 plastic tent. The key symbol of many elderly Pandits died in exile, still holding the key to their homes in Kashmir, hoping until their last breath that they would return. A 5,000-year-old culture, including their unique language and religious rites, was suddenly uprooted and scattered across the world.